together. Today what we are going to talk is on protected cultivation of high value horticulture crops, the Indian perspective. Because you know that most of the area under horticulture crops or any other crop you talk of, it is basically under open conditions. And the reasons they are obvious also, because we have got plenty of open land available, our resources, our economy may not have permitted earlier to go for such type of structures, or probably we might not have felt the need why we should go for. But you all know that horticulture crops, they are now becoming very important, and we are very much aware of the things that yes, they are very important, not only because of the health point of view, not only because of the economy point of view, but also means for the general day to day living. And because of this changing socioeconomic conditions, we are now more towards these horticulture crops, and we just want it to be a normal part of our system, means every time it should be available, whether we have to consume it as such, whether we have to use it as such, or maybe we have to trade it for getting livelihood security, or maybe getting foreign exchange, or maybe for other purposes. And because of the climatic conditions prevailing in the country, yes, we say that horticulture crops can be grown anywhere and everywhere. That is true. But when it comes to the quality, that is a major concern. Maybe because earlier we don't had those things, so we were compromising with things. Whatsoever is available, it is okay. Maybe a small size mango, maybe a small size flowers. Maybe we are looking for only marigolds for worshipping. But today, again, the concept of socioeconomic conditions that have led to using the flowers for different purposes. Worshipping is one, but besides that, और किस किस चीज के लिए यूज करते हैं फ्लावर्स आप लोग? डेकोरेशन, चाहे किसी भी तरह का प्रोग्राम आपके यहाँ पर हो, ऑयल एक्सट्रैक्शन के लिए, परफ्यूम्स के लिए. But yes, definitely yes. It's not. It's a very good time, and let me tell you. Let me start with that thing only. When is the Valentine's Day? February. You should remember. Yeah. What is your age? You're still young. Anyways, so that is the time when, if you have seen the prices of roses, because everybody wants a red rose, right? You don't want a yellow rose, you don't want a white rose. Everybody wants a red rose, and a price of a red bud of rose costs something around 50, 60, 70 rupees on that particular day. So now concept of this protected cultivation comes to that point only, that yes, we have a target now. When is the demand, maximum demand, and at that time I should send my produce to the market. And because everything is because of the climate, that plays a major role, the light, temperature, humidity, the three major factors. If we are playing with these three, definitely we are going to get the production to the best quality and to the largest production. And that is the requirement, because if we are talking now particularly of the flowers, we don't consume it, isn't it? Almost none. There are some flowers that are edible too, but then mostly it is not for the consumption purpose, but it is for what purpose it is? A medicinal, yes, for recreational measure. It is all the show. If flowers looks good, you are going to buy it for 5 rupees, 10 rupees. If it doesn't look good, maybe even somebody is giving you free, you will say, no, I don't want this thing. So quality matters, and for that purpose, we need to go for the protected structure. इसको आगे कैसे करेंगे यार? ऐसे ही हो जाएगा इससे? इससे हो जाएगा ना? अच्छा, आप तो वहां से कह रहे थे. चलो मैं वैसे टच कर दूंगा यार, कोई बात नहीं. Good. Fine. So getting the right thing at the right place in the right time is the need of the hour, and that is why we need the temperatures, where we are going to regulate the three major factors: the light, temperature, and humidity. and I think Dr. Nimali must have taken care of all many of those aspects. I'm not touching those things, how they regulate, how to do it. I'm not going for that science, but then how they facilitate getting a good quality produce of horticulture crops and the timely production that we will be talking of, and how we can further improve upon किस तरीके से चीज़ों का शुरू से चला है और आज हमारी क्या ज़रूरत है, ठीक है। तो उस डिमांड को फुलफिल करने के लिए we have been working on protected structures where we can manipulate the climatic conditions and we can get the produce to the best quality and at the right time. Because if we talk of again the same example of flowers, maybe on the Valentine's Day, February 14th, the prices are at the peak, but on 15th, again this slash down. So everybody wants to get the maximum profit. Same is true with, there are seasons you all know when the marriages are there, and nowadays people spend sizable amount of money in decorating through flowers. Even आपने बात की, it's चाहे it is a birthday, it's a marriage day, it's Valentine's Day, it's दिवाली, दशहरा और टाइप के जो हम लोग रिलीजियस सेरेमनीज हैं, आपके पॉलिटिकल हैं, देन आपको 15 अगस्त, 26 जनवरी, अभी 15 अगस्त को यू विल सी whole of the Lal Killa has been decorated with flowers. We all come from Uttarakhand only, right? No, from other state also. From where you are? Oh, wonderful. Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, all are almost the same type of things. So you know that there are so many religious functions, right? Every day we say that there is one or the other function. चाहे वो राजस्थान का हो, चाहे चंडीगढ़ पंजाब का हो, चाहे उत्तराखंड का हो. There are so many temples, there are so many gurdwaras, there are so many places. Every day we offer flowers, right? For worshipping and even for decoration. चाहे हम गुरुद्वारे की बात करें, फुल आपके पंजाब में तो पैसा बहाया जाता है डेकोरेशन में, ठीक है। तो डेकोरेशन इट शुड बी, एंड टुडे इज द सिनेरियो दैट पीपल गेट ऑर्किड्स, एंथूरियम्स, ठीक है, गेट देम फ्रॉम सिंगापुर, आई एम रेडी टू पे फॉर दैट. So that is the scenario. For that particular day, you have to have your produce with the best quality, and that way you need these type of structures. Fine. I'm not going for all these types of things you all know, but then कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं जिसके हम लोग बात करते चलेंगे. तो डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर्स वो भी मैं आपसे बात नहीं करूंगा, ठीक है. जो चल भाई, to just play with the environment, to play with the climate, and for the rounder year production of season crops जिसे हम लोग कहते हैं आज के टाइम में, whether it is exotic vegetables we all look for nowadays, all our 5-star hotels, even in our home, we just look for salary मिल जाए और दूसरी चीजें मिल जाए जो नई चीजें हैं, and we look for, and there are sizable number of people who are our clients. We have to feed them, and for that purpose we need these infrastructures, but still we have to have diversification. If we talk of protected conditions, protected cultivation in flowers, if we talk of Gerbera carnation roses, right? चाहे वो पंजाब हो, चाहे चंडीगढ़ हो, चाहे आपका छत्तीसगढ़ हो, उत्तराखंड हो, people everybody is into those things. Vegetables की बात आप करो, cucumber, tomato, potato, आपको जो है हो गया काम, आपका bell pepper, यही everybody is going for. Though within we have got some diversification, but then we need to look for many more things, जिससे कि हमारा फार्मर या जो भी हमारा एंटरप्रेन्योर है वो एक अच्छी कंडीशंस में रहे और उसका सर्वाइवल में दिक्कत ना आए, क्योंकि द वर्ल्ड इज नाउ लुकिंग फॉर न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स, एंड दीज आर द वेरी गुड एग्जांपल्स. Through using through these things we can go for new products, right? May not be growing in the open conditions, but then under protected these can be very well raised, right? Now this is for high value, low volume crops. You all know high value, you're going to get more out of it, and low volume that require a small space. Maybe mango tree may not be good for the protected cultivations, but then at the same time strawberries, they are very good, right? The desi gulab may not be good for the protected conditions. Marigold may not be good for the protected conditions, but then yes, we have got Javera, Carnation, Thorium, and there are very many liliums. All the crops they are there, and they are high value crops. You are going to get more out of it. So we have to look for those things. Enhance quality and productivity, it enhances, definitely, yes. Resource optimization in land scarce regions, where if you talk of Punjab, land cost is very, very high. You go to Uttarakhand, again in the hills, land is not available or it is very costly. So everybody wants to have economics out of it. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने लाखों रुपए लगा करके खड़ा कर दिया and then we are not going to get the same returns. So for that purpose, we need to be sure about the crop which has got promises not only in the domestic market, not only in the local market, but also if we wish we can export them. Fine, but then for that purpose, quality has to be ensured, because I have seen things in Netherlands. I had been to Netherlands, and I've seen the consignment that comes from any country. Because you all know, if we talk of floriculture, Netherlands is the hub. All produce from world over goes to Netherlands. There is the biggest auction center, Allsware auction center, from where it is being sold out, and then it is being sent again to whole of the say world. आपका ही प्रोड्यूस वहां जाएगा, जैसे दिल्ली मार्केट का होता है. अगर आप देखिए फ्रूट्स वेजिटेबल्स की अगर आप बात करें, पंजाब का है, या आपको पंजाब की चीजें हो गई, या आपको सेब कह लीजिए कश्मीर से है या हिमाचल से है, उत्तराखंड से है, इट गोज टू दिल्ली मार्केट and then again it comes back even to those states and goes to other parts also. So same is the scenario in the flowers also, if we talk of the Netherlands market. And then the point that I want to say is, they are highly conscious about the quality, and they have a very strict scale. If there is deviation of more than 1%, your consignment will be rejected and it will be sent back. And the problem will be, you have to bear the cost of all those transportation. So it becomes very difficult. Out of say 50,000 flowers you have sent for export to say Netherlands, they will pick 1, 2, 3, 5 as a sample. They will not go for whole of the scanning. They will go for picking 1, 2, 3 randomly. If they qualify, your consignment is okay. If it doesn't, it will send back. So we have to be very careful about that thing. That is why many of the multinational companies, or even those who are the Indian players, I will show you who are the Indian players, they have now restricted themselves to the domestic market, because it is very growing. Domestic market is also growing, and you are getting very good prices in the domestic market with a very less competition. So why to go for export? But that is not the only option, because getting foreign exchange is also very important. If government is promoting, everybody is promoting for that thing, objectives could be different. You are the beneficiary, but then government has got their own interest for that thing, right? Improved germination, nursery vigor, nursery raising nurseries, they can be used for not only for the flower production or the fruit production or vegetable production, even for the nursery raising. All hybrid seeds or seedlings that can be raised very well under protected conditions earlier than the main season, and then they can be sent to different parts where their demand is for growing, right? Export potential, you all know there is tremendous, but then you can see here, this picture I have shown specifically, that even if you don't have a space, even at the top of the building, you can go for these type of structures where you are going to utilize. आज की डेट में अगर आप देखते होंगे, कई लोग ऐसे हैं जो कि अपने घर की छतों पे ही थोड़ी बहुत खेती करते हैं और बड़ी अच्छी खेती कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि सारी चीजें पार्शियली, कम से कम जो आपका न्यूट्रिएंट सोल्यूशन है, दैट इज वेरी रिच. तो जो फील्ड में आपने लगा रखा है उससे आपको प्रोडक्शन अच्छा मिल जाता है, क्योंकि उस पॉट में उन्होंने पॉटिंग मिक्सचर अच्छा सा लगा दिया, एक दो प्लांट्स हैं, केयर भी अच्छी हो रही है, तो नेचुरल है कि दे आर गेटिंग गुड प्रोड्यूस आउट ऑफ इट. क्या बात है भाई. ओके, या ओके, सम ऑफ द थिंग्स रिगार्डिंग ग्लोबल एंड इंडियन सिनेरियो. ये फिर हट गया क्या? कहाँ से है यार ये? ये क्या हो गया? सॉरी. ओके, Now there are very many countries who are into protected because of the again climatic problems. The Netherlands, Israel, just की technology, they are being very well adopted in the country. It is Israel technology or the Netherlands. When the protected condition started in India way back in 1990, yes, 1990s it started. It was only the technology from the Netherlands or Israel that was imported. They were given the responsibility to build up the structure, make it runnable for a year or so, all maintenance, everything from that side, and later on started moving. I'm not going for these data for you people because I don't think it is required much. Whether it is 11,000 hectares or it is 10,000 hectares doesn't make a difference. But then yes, there are countries which are into protected conditions and they are into going for तो उल्टा ही चला गया इधर से है ना तो दोनों तरफ से ही जा रहा है यार वैसे ही अच्छा ओके या ऑल टुगेदर एनीवेज आ जाएगा गुड चलो इट्स ओके ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है अब समझ में आ गई अरे हाँ ओके ठीक हो गया though protected structures they are in the country almost everywhere, but then there are certain we say that hubs where they are being used or they are being implemented at a larger scale. Maybe because of the climatic conditions. Because earlier when it started in 1990, most of the units were in and around Delhi. Fine, and then they were all for the roses because they at that time probably rose was at the peak. Most of the demands were regarding the roses, so every exported unit they were around Delhi just because of freight. They are going to be lifted very easily from Delhi. So connectivity with the airlines was easier at that place. But because of the very high temperature fluctuations, you know that it's almost 45, 48 in the summers and then goes very down in the winters. So electricity cost was so high that none of the units they survive over there. And then what was the planning that they shifted from there to Karnataka, maybe it is Bangalore and Pune or in and around that places where the climatic conditions are almost say something around 25, 26 degrees centigrade and they were static for around the year. So that was a better place where at a lower cost of the electricity these units can be made viable, right? So that is the how it shifted from Delhi to that place, and nowadays they are being grown in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Himachal, Karnataka, Punjab. Your places, Punjab, they were very good. You talk of Haryana. When I was studying over there in 1990s, we say it is from 87 to 91. I think there were none protected structures. It was all sand dunes while going from Delhi to Hisar and coming back. But today, when you go over there, you'll find that there has been a paramount shift. So many structures they have come up and they are into protected structures or protected cultivation. Same is true with the other parts. We talk of Rajasthan. We used to think that Rajasthan is not very good for agriculture or other commodities, but then nowadays you can see there has been transformation. Again in 2008 when I was in uh, again Holland for a training in PTC plus, people used to flow from PTC. They were the experts in floriculture. They used to plan for Rajasthan at that time, and we used to discuss yes which are the crops that can be taken up in Rajasthan. Those scientists they used to talk because I was from this place, so they used to talk about those things, and then they used to come down to Rajasthan, and then they used to plan in and around Jaipur and other places, and things have come up today. So many of the states they are coming up, but क्या हो गया नहीं हम्म या चलो जहाँ से आ रहा है वही ठीक है. So what are we talking about? That the major crop that we have been focusing on is among vegetables it is capsicum, cucumber, bell pepper, tomato, and some exotic vegetables like broccoli or zucchini. In fruits, it is strawberry, raspberry, papaya, a little bit of banana as well. When I went to this Jan irrigation, there I saw for the first time that this banana and then papaya they are being raised under protected structures. So because oh, thank you so much. In the flowers, again, you know that it is mainly the gerbera that come up. But then besides gerbera, carnation, roses, chrysanthemum that responds very good to protected structures, and thurium, orchid, they are the major choices for most of the farmers. If they have to think of, they look one among these crops. Fine. And then in medicinal, again, there are some crops that have been come up. Shift करके देखिए boss, if it can be. Oh, good here. That's good. Thank you. Now, if you talk of number of varieties that has come up, I tell you again, there is a company called Anthura. If you Google this company, Anthura, it is Dutch company, and their objective is, their motto is unlimited in varieties. Means besides going for the production under protected structures, half of their polyhouses, which are in hectares and hectares, you have to travel by any vehicle to cover the whole of the state. In hectares and hectares, half of the portion is for the research and development. Every year, they have got a target to bring new and new varieties so that they can survive in the world market. Because you know that it's very dynamic. Every time we look for a new form, new shape, new color, new variety, vast life, anything across the horticulture crops. टमाटर में अगर आप देखो nowadays there are multiple type of varieties that are available. आप bell pepper में देख लीजिए, even black, it's not very common but it is coming up, it's in very good demand, and the time will come when it will take up the other colors. It was earlier only green color, but then later on red came, yellow came, orange came, right? And now the black color is coming up. So that is a scenario. Every time we have to be dynamic. Same is true with tomato, same is true with all sort of flowers. In gerberas, you see single color, bicolor, single type, double type, all types. The mini gerberas they are available, and then varieties. Every company they come across with 20, 30, 40 varieties, and every year you know that because of the competition, many of the varieties they are washed off, and every time market demands for a new variety. And you all know that this is an era of WTO and IPR issues. So you are going to get much out of it from getting new varieties accepted in the market, then selling these produce in terms of flowers or fruits or any other thing. So that is the scenario, because it's for 10 years, 15 years umbrella. Till then you are going to get the royalty out of it. And every time in a small poly house, you know that something thousands of plants they are required to raise one poly house of 200 square meters. So, and the life is say 2 years, 3 years. In many cases, it's only 1 year. Every year you have to change. So every time you have to buy from those companies who have developed that variety, who own that variety, and you have to pay the royalty for that thing. Earlier, there was some sort of cheating in the conditions that people used to get the varieties from a company and then they used to multiply on their own. But then later on, it was checked that how getting only 10 say plants, you can get only 100 flowers, how you're producing 500 flowers. That means something is being multiplied somewhere. And copyright, you all know that because of that thing, this thing was stopped. So that is another very good way of utilizing your protected structures to survive in the market. Every year now, you might be knowing that we are organizing Flora Expo. Likewise, every year, Horti Expo is being organized in Holland. And world over, producers, breeders, everybody, they assemble over there. It's a 4 5 days event. They discuss these type of things and they business for these things. What is new in your variety? What is what new thing? If black color comes, everybody will be crazy. Canna lily, you all know. Zendidacia, it's a flower, beautiful flower. not very common under Indian conditions now, but 5 years down the line, you will find that it will be like gladless or say lilium that is being grown over here. जैसे लीलियम था 5 साल 10 साल पहले बहुत ज्यादा लोग नहीं करते थे. आज देयर इज नंबर ऑफ ग्रोवर्स हु आर इनटू लीलियम्स. Likewise, it will come up for tulips. It has come up. Now it is time for the Kala lily or other flowers that will come up. So different varieties, all companies you will find that they are into breeding and they are developing new and new varieties that meet your one requirement or the other. Cherry tomatoes, maybe we are not using it, but if we talk of any five-star hotel, that is a demand for the table purpose. And that too, to these type of and then bigger size. They call it as I forget that name, the bigger size tomatoes which are in demand. So we have to beat out those things and we have to diversify from others that this is the thing which is not available with other people. Next, please. Good. You can see now. Here I have shown you the recent status, how we are progressing in protected structures under Indian conditions. They are the major states and which type of crops we are looking for. But still you will find that mainly we are confining to the same type of crops. Whether we talk of North India, South India, with little bit of divergence, it is monotonous crop that are being grown. And when it comes, you will find that there is a glut in the market and the prices goes down. So that is the reason why we need to diversify for that. If we talk of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, all these are the western southern states. The major crops if we talk of, it is again vegetables where you find say colored capsicum, English cucumber, cherry tomatoes, pole beans, in flowers, rose, gervera, carnation, with little bit diversion of tiger lilies and thurium and orchid that we find only in the southern states only, not in the north or say western. Other may you can get lettuce, parsley, and other crops. In fruits again, is watermelon, strawberries they are being grown, and nursery production has taken up as a major venture under protected structures, particularly again in the southern states only. Next, please, you will find that पोटेंशियल ग्रोइंग सेंटर्स मींस देयर आर जो मैंने आपको कह रहा था कि हब्स की बात जो होती है बेसिकली वी आर गोइंग फॉर द क्लस्टर्स वी आर गोइंग फॉर द हब्स बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट कैन बी made easily over there and then all sort of common facilities like reefer vans or other things that are required expertise required that can be taken up at that particular hub. The southern states and some parts of Maharashtra are suitable for naturally controlled tubular polyhouses, low cost polyhouses with wooden bamboo. Different type of northeast mein aap jaiye, again you will find that the bamboo structures could be there, but here in our conditions we are only going for GI pipes, right? So different type of structures are there and accordingly there will be the prices for that. पहले अगर आप देखिए तो 200 से 250 लाख रुपए आपको लग जाते थे आपको 2 एकड़ 3 एकड़ में लगाने के लिए. But on that aspect also research has been taken up and the prices has been considerably reduced down using different type of material that are user friendly or that is locally available. Otherwise, earlier it used to be imported from Israel and Netherlands. That material will also come from there. If you go to this Indo-Israel project of IRI, even the plugs they have been imported from that place only. They brought everything. Nowadays they are being fabricated here in our country. चाहे हम उसको आप कहें कि they are degradable or type of things, वो सारी चीजें हैं, वो सब चीजें हम लोग खुद बना ले रहे हैं and that can very well replace the requirement of other things. ठीक है, तो उस तरह के protected cultivation in these regions has the advantage of less capital cost of growing the structures. ठीक है, तो that is very important कि हमारा cost of cultivation कम हो जाता है तो protected structures हमारे अफोर्डेबल हो जाएंगे एंड देन प्रोडक्शन और क्वालिटी जो हमारे को है वो अच्छी मिलती है. दैट इज द थिंग. नाउ स्टेट वाइज पोटेंशियल क्लस्टर्स एंड फिजिबल commercial crops, you will see Karnataka. The clusters are in Bangalore and Mysore. That is one cluster. Belgaum and Maland regions. But if you see the crops, they are almost the same type of crops. You come down to Tamil Nadu, Dharmapuri and Salim is one cluster. Uti, Kodaikanal, very good area for even open conditions. But then There are many potential stations they have come up, and they are growing very nice quality of flowers. Even many of them, they are exporting it, right? So that is the scenario which we need. If we talk of the flowers in Uti, it is tiger lilies, gerbera, carnation, and exotic flowers. Lilium has come up nowadays. They are also taking up liliums also. Now, likewise in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, you will see that different types of crop they have been taken up. Next, please. नहीं हिला. Yes. Now, if we talk of Western and Central India, Maharashtra, where Pune, Nasik, Sangli, this is one belt and is very good potential belt for, say, floriculture and other crops too. In flowers, roses, zebra carnation, again the same crop they are coming up. In vegetables, again the capsicum, cucumber, tomatoes, they are the major crop that have been taken up. In Gujarat, it is Ahmedabad and this type of Savarkand area, where again vegetables like capsicum, English cucumber, and off-season vegetables they are being grown. So they are confining to vegetables only. But then they are the same which the whole of the country is taking care of. Madhya Pradesh, Indore, again the vegetables they are confining to it. Next, please. If we talk of Uttarakhand, these are the hills states. यहाँ पे अगर आप देखो, अच्छा राजस्थान कहाँ गया? नहीं? Rajasthan, it is Jaipur, which I was talking. Uh, They are confining to again capsicum, cucumber, and off-season vegetables. Haryana, that has taken up very nicely. If you go, you will find that it is all mechanized and very well has come up. Maybe because of the funding from different sources, and the farmers they are also very progressive. They have taken up. In same case with the Punjab, Ludhiana, or say Punjab farmers, they are also very progressive. They come with new ideas and new things. Even many of the people they are residing in US, Canada, Australia, elsewhere in from Punjab. So they get those type of things, new ideas, and they try to do it. And I must tell you that Punjab farmers, they are very progressive and they take risk also. In everything there is a risk factor involved, and whosoever takes the risk exceeds also. They say that if I've got 5 rupees, okay, I'm ready to invest 3 rupees, 4 rupees, and I'll survive in 1 rupee. But here in rest of the cases, you'll find that farmers say, okay, fine, maximum 2 rupees I can spend, 3 rupees I need for my survival. So definitely that is a different, and you'll find that the Punjab farmers, they are almost 10 years ahead of us. If we talk of Maharashtra farmers, they are almost 5-10 years ahead of us. Just because they take the risk, they take the lead, and they get maximum benefit out of it. So variety it is available, choice is there, but then awareness is a major factor. We need to be innovative. If we are innovative, we are ready to take the risk, we can grow anything and everything. And depending upon the demand, we can supply those things. Right? Next, please. Okay, these are talking of Uttarakhand again. Dehradun is a belt, and Kashipur. Kashipur, if you know that it was a hub, or it is still you can say, where many growers for gerberas were there. Mainly, we are confining to gerberas, and even a few years back they were even exporting gerberas. But now they are shifting from Kashipur to the hillier areas. तो वहाँ पे चूंकि क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस और अच्छी हैं, अब नाउ दिस एरिया बिकम्स हॉटर, तो उनको वो क्वालिटी नहीं मिल पाती है. फॉर दैट पर्पस दे आर मूविंग टू द hills from where they can produce, and they can send it to the different part of the market. The advantage again of season in the open conditions, although they produce that type of thing, because it is not available in rest of the part of the country. Himachal. Hmm? Acha, they had been Dineshpur, they had been too. Good. What were the crops that you saw? Gerberas. Yes, it is mainly gerbera. But then it is okay. The quality is good, and then new players they are coming up. We were planning to take you to other places too, but then बारिश ऐसी हो रखी है कि it is not very advisable. If you talk of northeastern areas, you can see anthurium, orchids, they are coming up from these states. Though some players are there in Uttarakhand also, and then in the south also, who are growing orchids, because orchids is a flower where we have got a variety, right, from temperate orchids to the tropical orchids. So that means it can be grown, one type of the other orchid can be grown in another part of the country, but then we are not accepting it because it takes almost 2 to 3 years to come to flowering. That's a bigger gestation period. It becomes difficult for any average farmer to afford the 2 years period. Maybe you have to look for some other ventures, but then they are not taking up. Whatsoever is coming up, जो कहते हैं ना लोग कई बार की भेड़ चाल वाली बात हो जाती है कि ठीक है वो भी जरबेरा कर रहा है, तो let me also do जरबेरा. They are also doing roses. I will also go for that. But then if you diversify, definitely you have got a bigger basket, diversified basket. You are going to get better profit out of it. But it is all in terms of understanding. This is again a photo of this Anthura, which is in Holland. They are producing millions and millions of flowers, planting material, pot anthuriums, cut anthuriums, mini anthuriums, and then breeding work. Most of the varieties of anthurium is from Anthura itself. Next, please. These are a wide range of varieties available with us. We have to look for which variety is good for the local consumption, for the domestic market, for the export market, and targeting that particular market, you need to go for raising that crop. Here, the process is almost reverse. What I like, I try to grow, and then I try to amend on you that okay, fine, you try to taste this thing. We have to look for the consumer's preference, and accordingly, we need to grow. Choices they are available, material it is available, but then we have to go for out of the box thinking that yes, the consumer requires this type of thing, I should go. How I have to go for, when I have to go for, that is a technology, that too is available, we have to only amend it. Next please. ये सब कुछ आप लोगों के उसका नहीं है बहुत ज़्यादा, ठीक है. Leading Indian players, if we talk of, you can see across the country there are very many players, they are doing very good work, लेकिन चीज वही है कि they are the only leaders. Today out of 140 140 करोड़ की आबादी के बाद अगर हमारे पास लिस्ट में 15 लोग ही हों तो that is not a very good figure. We need to stress upon those things that yes, technology is available, it is not very costly, because लोगों को लगता है कि प्रोटेक्टेड में हम कैसे कर पाएंगे, ये चीज़ें हम कैसे कर पाएंगे. अब सेंसर्स की बात आती है, ऑटोमेशन की बात आती है, अरे हम तो पढ़े लिखे नहीं हैं, लेकिन एवरीथिंग अगर आप मोबाइल चला लेते हो, आज के टाइम में कोई ऐसा तो नहीं है कि जिसे मोबाइल ना तो हर कोई चला लेता है, चाहे वो पढ़ा लिखा हो, चाहे बूढ़ा हो, चाहे जवान हो, हर कोई चला रहा है. तो सेम टेक्नोलॉजी इज देयर, इट इज नॉट ए जो हम लोग कहते हैं कि रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. इवन रॉकेट साइंस भी इजी हो चुकी है, कोई चीज़ छुपी नहीं है, वो चीज़ें बड़ी आसान है. ऑल दैट इज डिटर्मिनेशन हाउ वी कैन डू इट, एंड आई हैव टू डू इट. तो ये सारी कंपनीज हैं बड़ी सारी. नेक्स्ट प्लीज, जस्ट एक आइडिया देने के लिए मैंने आपको कहा था कि जस्ट यू कैन गेट प्रमोटेड. अगर किसी को शुरू करना है, आपके कोई कंटेक्ट में फार्मर्स है, कोई यंगस्टर्स हैं, दे कैन टेक अप दीज टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स एंड definitely they are going to make dent. I can assure that thing, because so much diversified is the demand. और कोई चीज ऐसी जो कि डिफरेंट हो, दैट इज द ओनली थिंग वी हैव टू कंसंट्रेट. इट इज नॉट दैट कि मेरा पड़ोसी ने मारुति खरीदी तो मैं भी मारुति खरीदूं. देखे तो दूसरी हो सकता है ज्यादा बढ़िया हो उससे, उस चीज की जरूरत है. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. हर तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए जितने भी सप्लायर्स हैं, चाहे वो आपको उस इंडस्ट्री से रिलेटेड प्लांटिंग मटेरियल हो, क्लैडिंग मटेरियल हो, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन हो, लॉजिस्टिक्स हो, टेक्निकल एडवाइसमेंट हो, everything is available at a very cheap cost. The advantage with India is that we have got trained manpower, we have got all sort of conditions, we have got all type of low cost labor, जिससे कि हम इसको प्रमोट कर सकते हैं. और आज आप देखिए जो गवर्नमेंट ने एक नई स्कीम निकाली है कि भाई हमारे एयरपोर्ट्स बढ़ाए जा रहे हैं, so transportation is also becoming easier. Refrigerated vans, they are okay, but then means if you have to even send it outside मिडिल ईस्ट में या कहीं ऐसी जगह में भेजना है, उसके लिए भी फैसिलिटीज दे आर अवेलेबल. अपीडा इज देयर टू हेल्प यू आउट, एनएचबी इज देयर टू हेल्प यू आउट. सो वी हैव टू बी विजिलेंट अबाउट दोज थिंग्स. यस, दिस इज द थिंग अवेलेबल एंड वी कैन डू इट. तो ये सारे वो तरह के हैं जो कि प्लेयर्स जहाँ से आप वो मटेरियल ले सकते हैं. अगर आपने कहो कि भाई मैं फिल्म कहाँ से लाऊंगा, मैं आपको पॉलिथीन कहाँ से लाऊंगा, मैं आपको स्ट्रक्चर्स कहाँ से लाऊंगा, प्लांटिंग मटेरियल कहाँ से लाऊंगा, ऑल दे आर अवेलेबल लोकली. अगर आप अपने घर पे बैठ करके भी गूगल पे कर लेते हो, आपके घर पे प्लांटिंग मटेरियल, आपके घर पे क्लैडिंग मटेरियल, सब चीज़ें आज के टाइम में सप्लाई हो जाती हैं. आपने रेस कराना है, वो रेस करने के लिए भी लोग अवेलेबल हैं. लोकली अवेलेबल है। प्लीज, ये सारी वही चीज़ें कंपनियों को मैंने थोड़ा सा आइडिया देने के लिए आपको दे दिया था, लेक्चर नोट में आपको मिल जाएगा ये सारी चीज़ें। जैन इरीगेशन दे आर वेरी बिग प्लेयर्स, चाहे वो आपको ड्रिप पाइप्स बनानी हो उससे लेकर के ऑल प्रोसेसिंग तक, प्रोडक्शन तक, सारे काम ये लोग बड़े अच्छे से करते हैं। इस तरह की बहुत सारी कंपनीज हैं। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नाउ मार्केट सिनेरियो अगर हम देखें, ये थोड़ी सी चीज़ है जहाँ पे वी नीड अ स्पेसिफिक कंसिडरेशन एज फार एज क्वालिटी प्रोड्यूस इज देयर। ठीक है, जब हमारी क्वालिटी प्रोड्यूस होता है तो हमारे को उस तरह के बायर्स भी चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है कि हर चीज़ जा करके हम या लोकल हाट में बेच दें जहाँ पे कंज्यूमर्स हैं। अब आप देखो, अगर जो बेस्ट क्वालिटी पीचेस आपके उत्तराखंड हिल्स में होते हैं, इवन दे आर नॉट बीइंग ट्रांसपोर्टेड टू लोकल मार्केट, दे नेवर गो टू प्रोड्यूसर, वहीं से एक्सपोर्ट सीधे बॉम्बे कर रहा है, इवन नॉट टू दिल्ली। I was surprised to see that thing. They are sending straight away to Bombay because they say that we have got the buyers over there. Even I'm not going to get that much price in Delhi. I'll get better price in Bombay market. So they are sending straight away to Bombay. तो जिस चीज की जहाँ डिमांड है, जहाँ पे आपको अच्छा रिटर्न मिल रहा है, we have to look for whether it is beneficial to go for export or even my domestic market is good. So why to go for that type of hazards, उतना ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, उतनी लॉजिस्टिक्स, उतना पैकेजिंग, सारी चीज़ों में इन्वेस्ट करने से आधे प्राइस में आप डोमेस्टिक मार्केट में उस चीज़ को बहुत अच्छा से आप ग्रो कर लोगे, सेल कर लेंगे। ठीक है, कभी हम लोग बात करते हैं कि भाई गेंदे की बात करें, देसी गुलाब की बात करें, ग्लैंडस की बात करें, आप हल्द्वानी चले जाइए, आप रुद्रपुर चले जाइए, एवरीवेयर यू आर गोइंग टू गेट दोज प्लांट, दो मटेरियल। लेकिन इफ यू हैव टू गो फॉर लीलियम, if we have to get good quality roses, maybe we have to look for Delhi market, maybe we have to look for Bareilly market, maybe we have to look for Dehradun market. But again उसके भी अगर आप जाएं beyond that, if you have to go for tulips, if you have to go for orchids, if you have to go for anthuriums, many times you have to import from places. Same is the destination also, कि भाई वहां पे उसकी डिमांड ज्यादा है, तो माई प्रोड्यूस ऑफ दैट क्वालिटी विल गो टू मैच द रिक्वायरमेंट। मैं आपको एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल दूं क्रिसेंथेमम्स का। देयर इज वेरी स्पेसिफिक डिमांड ऑफ जापानीज, जो जापान की डिमांड है दैट इज इंटायरली डिफरेंट फ्रॉम रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। चाहे उन्हें रोजेस चाहिए हो, चाहे उनको क्रिसेंथेमम्स चाहिए हो, दे हैव गॉट अ स्पेसिफिक डिमांड। अगर आप वो मीट आउट कर रहे हो, वो कलर कर रहे हैं, दे आर रेडी टू टेक दैट, अदरवाइज दे विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट। कभी कभी आप अगर कभी जाएंगे, आप देखिएगा कि रोजेस के ऊपर एक नायलॉन की वो लगा दी जाती है, नेट टाइप का लगा दिया जाता है बड्स के ऊपर, वो जस्ट इलोंगेशन के लिए। कई कंट्रीज की उस तरह की डिमांड होती है कि हमें लंबे बड्स वाले फ्लावर्स चाहिए। देखा होगा, अभी आप भी देखा होगा ना। तो वो चीज है कि आप राइट फ्रॉम दी रेजिंग प्रोडक्शन साइड पे ही आप उसको लगा देते हैं, इट कंटिन्यूज ओवर देयर। उससे क्या है कि एक हल्का सा प्रेशर बना, जो बड स्वेल करती है वो इलोंगेट करेगी फिर, और उनकी वो रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल होती है। तो द सेम वैरायटी, सेम थिंग गोज टू दैट मार्केट, अदरवाइज यू हैव टू लुक फॉर वेयर आर दी यूजर्स, वेयर आर दी बायर्स। तो वो चीजें हमारे को अपने आप को ट्रेन करने की जरूरत है, माइंडसेट बनाने की जरूरत है कि यस दिस टाइप ऑफ डिमांड इज रिक्वायर्ड, सो अकॉर्डिंगली आई हैव टू गो फॉर द प्रोडक्शन। ठीक है, तो ये डोमेस्टिक के लिए, एक्सपोर्ट के लिए। अब देखिए गल्फ तक एशियन कंट्रीज के लिए उन्होंने कहा कि भाई कहाँ पे जरूरत हो सकती है, हम उस तरह की कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस कितनी है, कौन सा मार्केट है, हम वहाँ पे अपने प्रोड्यूस को लेकर के जाए, देन यू आर गोइंग टू बी बेनिफिटेड। अदरवाइज ये चीज़ तो नहीं है किसी भी हॉर्टिकल्चर क्रॉप में, इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट कि यू कैन टेक इट टू ए राउंड। गेहूं चावल की तरह तो है नहीं कि आपने रखा, आज नहीं हुआ तो कल बेच देंगे, कल नहीं हुआ तो 6 महीने बाद बेच देंगे, जितना पुराना होगा उतना अच्छा हो जाएगा। यहाँ तो प्रोड्यूस करने से पहले you have to set your market that yes, my produce will come to you at these many days of interval for this much period. These three things are very important for any market. They want a specific number. Okay, you let me know 10,000 birds you are going to supply me. Fine. At how many interval? Maybe I am sending you weekly, at weekly interval. Fine. For how much duration? For 6 months I will be sending you this at every week 10,000. तो वो आपका बिजनेस टाई अप होता है। और द प्रॉब्लम दैट कम्स विद इंडियन मार्केट और से इंडियन प्रोड्यूसर्स, मे बी वी आर गुड फॉर 1 मंथ, 2 मंथ, 3 मंथ, जो हमने कहा कि लो कॉस्ट पॉलीहाउसेस हैं, मे बी दे आर मॉडरेटली गुड फॉर गेटिंग द राइट प्रोड्यूस फॉर ए सर्टेन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम। जाड़ा है उस टाइम तक तो लो टेम्परेचर है, आपका चल जाएगा। लेकिन जहाँ पे और ठंड पड़ी, या गर्म हुआ तो क्वालिटी हैम्पर करेगी। एंड क्वालिटी इज द अल्टीमेट थिंग। उस 6 महीने तक सेम क्वालिटी चाहिए, सेम नंबर चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है कि आज हम 8,000 ही दे पा रहे हैं, कल हम 12,000 दे देंगे। दे डोंट एक्सेप्ट दैट थिंग। टाई अप अगर 10,000 का हुआ है तो उतना चाहिए, 6 मंथ पीरियड के लिए चाहिए। हमारे साथ दिक्कत ये आती है कि वो 6 महीने का पीरियड becomes a problem for us because 2 months we are comfortable, 3 months we are comfortable, but then spending it for 6 months is a problem. तो उसी के लिए अगर आपका अच्छा पॉली हाउस है, फुल्ली कंट्रोल्ड पॉली हाउस है, तो डेफिनेटली इट कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड टू 6 मंथ और मोर पीरियड। और अदरवाइज व्हाट यू कैन डू, taking whole round of the country, maybe you can choose your poly houses at different locations. पंजाब के कई सारे ऐसे फार्मर्स हैं जिन्होंने कर्नाटका में जमीन ले रखी है। जितना चीज यहाँ पे प्रोड्यूस हो जाता है इट इज फाइन, बाकी के लिए उन्होंने कहा वहां प्रोड्यूस करो, वहां से चले जाएगा, ट्रेड तो हमारा ही है। हॉलैंड में जितने भी लोग प्रोड्यूसर्स हैं, दे डोंट कल्टिवेट इन हॉलैंड इटसेल्फ, क्योंकि इट्स अ वेरी स्मॉल कंट्री। और कभी भी आप आम्स्टरडैम में लैंड करोगे तो ऊपर से आप देखोगे इट इज ऑल वाइट, सारे ग्लास हाउसेस दिखाई देंगे आपको किलोमीटर्स एंड किलोमीटर्स में, ठीक है। बट देन द कॉस्ट ऑफ द लैंड इज सो हाई, many of the people they don't afford it. What they do, they are now looking for places in which countries? Hmm? Are developing, is all are developing or underdeveloped countries, but then it is ये आपको इथोपिया है, युगांडा है, इन सब जगहों पे देखते हैं जहां पे लैंड चीपर है, ठीक है, एंड देन लेबर भी थोड़ी चीप है, वहां से वो ग्रो करके, क्योंकि उन्हीं की कंपनी है, उन्होंने यहाँ से मंगा लिया, अपना समुद्र पार कराया, इधर आ गया, यहाँ से फिर उन्होंने एक्सपोर्ट कर दिया। तो दे आर लुकिंग, इवन मेनी ऑफ द इंडियन कंपनीज, they have got their production sites in these countries, and their climatic conditions they are good, nearness to Holland is very good, so they are cultivating and then they are sending it to Dutch market, or maybe they are exporting in the whole of the world. तो दैट टाइप ऑफ सिनेरियो हैज टू बी डेवलप्ड। ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं उत्तराखंड में बैठा हूँ तो मैं यहीं पे रह करके इतने में करूंगा। द होल कंट्री इज ओपन टू अस। यू कैन लुक फॉर कि मेरी चीज ये एक्सटेंडेड पीरियड तक कहाँ कहाँ पे हो सकती है, वहीं वहीं पे हमने रेस किया, वहीं लोकली लोगों को एम्प्लॉय किया, यू गेट द एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑल्सो, एंड देन यू गेट द क्वालिटी प्रोडक्शन फॉर एक्सटेंडेड पीरियड, एंड देन यू आर going for the market, right? The issues, particularly in the product cultivation, high capital investment, जो मैंने आपको कहा, हर किसी को लगता है पॉली हाउस बनाना है तो अपने आप में कॉस्टली है। हमने ग्रेडेशन कर दिया भाई, फुल्ली कंट्रोल्ड, सेमी कंट्रोल्ड, नेचुरली वेंटिलेटेड, तो क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन आप थोड़ा सा उसको भी देख सकते हैं। बट देन द मोमेंट यू हैव डिसाइडेड आई हैव टू गो फॉर फुल्ली कंट्रोल्ड और नेचुरली वेंटिलेटेड, एवरीथिंग गेट्स चेंज्ड। आपकी क्वालिटी ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, आपका टारगेट will vary, so nobody is going to compromise with the quality। तो वो चीज है, इसलिए you have to look for those things। बहुत स्लैश डाउन हुआ है बट स्टिल अभी भी हम लोग मानते हैं कि थोड़ा सा कॉस्टली है, ठीक है। अब सेंसर्स की बात हम लोग करें तो लोग कहते हैं यार सेंसर्स तो बहुत कॉस्टली हो जाएंगे। अब वो सेंसर्स आपके यहाँ बन रहे हैं, चीजें मैन्युफैक्चर हो रही है, कॉस्ट हैज कम वेरी लो। पहले लोगों को लगता था ये कैसे होगा, बहुत छोटी छोटी टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं, बड़े छोटे छोटे इंटरवेंशन हैं जिसकी वजह से वो एक सेंसर का काम कर रहा है या वो एक आपको एसेट का काम कर रहा है, आपकी टेक्नोलॉजी को, आपके प्रोडक्शन को ईजी कर रहा है। बट देन बिकॉज दैट पर्टिकुलर कंट्री हैड द मोनोपोली, तो उस कंपनी ने जो रेट लगा दिया आपको खरीदना है। अब ये बॉटल आपकी है, आपने कहा भाई ठीक है सेलो का है, 200 रुपये सेलो ने कहा, तो आपने देने ही देने हैं। लेकिन अगर आप इसको देखो इसमें क्या चीज है, आप अपने यहाँ पे भी आराम से मैन्युफैक्चर कर सकते हो। और वही चीजें हुई हैं ओवर द ईयर्स, दिस टेक्नोलॉजी हैज बीन मेड लोकलाइज्ड, कि भाई ठीक है हमारी लोकल चीजें ऐसी क्या हैं जो इसको सब्स्टिट्यूट कर सकती हैं, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट वी हैव बीन इन ए बेटर पोजीशन। तो इस तरह की चीजों की जरूरत है। हाई कॉस्ट ऑफ प्लांटिंग मटेरियल, वेरी कॉस्टली, यू ऑल नो दैट। इफ यू टॉक ऑफ जरबेरा, कैन यू इमेजिन व्हाट कुड बी द प्लांटिंग कॉस्ट? नहीं यार होगा, क्योंकि may not be from, it is costing something around 30 to 35 rupees a single plant, and you need 10,000 seedlings or 10,000 plants. You can see how much cost is required. You talk of liliums costing something around 10 12 rupees to 28 rupees a single bulb, and they are being planted at a spacing of 10 by 10 or 10 by 15 centimeters. ठीक है, 80,000, 1 lakh bulbs they are required in a small poly house. So that much is the quantum of the cost of the planting material. But the advantage is gerberas can go for 3 to 4 years. Next year, if you are maintaining it good, you may not be requiring the same planting material to be purchased again. And after 4 years also, if it is healthy, it is good, and it is out of IPR issues, you can multiply it on your own. Companies will not say that you should use the same planting material, but then we as a scientist, we know that the potential is the same. So you can use that bundling material, you can rejuvenate it, and same type of quality and same type of production will be ensured using those things. So that is the thing. Lack of diversification. Every time we have been watching that same tomato, bell pepper, same cucumber, everything. Why not to diversify? Look for something new, and you send it to the market. You are going to get good price out of it. Next, please. Institutional arrangements, जो चीजें मैं कहता गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट, अगर एक हब है, there you are going to get all type of support. But then if you are in isolation, it becomes difficult to manage all the things. So that is the thing. Lack of market information. Where is the market? What is the right time when I should sell my produce to or send my produce to that area? That is a major thing. हम लोग कहते हैं फ्लावर्स के केस में पंडित जी से पूछ लो कि किस टाइम प्रोडक्शन किया जाए, क्योंकि उन्हें पता है शादियां कब होनी है, उन्हें पता है तीज त्योहार कब होने हैं, उसके हिसाब से अगर आप अपना प्रोडक्शन करते हैं, क्योंकि इट इज ऑल कैन बी रेगुलेटेड, आप उस हिसाब से करेंगे तो वही चीज की कॉस्ट आपको बहुत अच्छी मिलेगी. वैलेंटाइंस डे चला गया तो उसी की कीमत जो है 2 रुपए रह जाएगी. तो जब मेहनत उतनी करनी, सारी चीजें वही है, तो व्हाई नॉट टू टारगेट दैट थिंग. ओके फाइन, ऑन 12-13 माय टारगेट शुड बी कि 12-13 फरवरी को मार्केट में मेरा चला जाएगा, 14 को बड़ी अच्छी प्राइसेस मिल जाएंगे मेरे को. तो वो चीजें हैं. ठीक है, क्रेडिट सपोर्ट आज के टाइम में कई तरह की फंडिंग आपको हो रही है. नेक्स्ट प्लीज क्विकली मैं लेता हूँ, डॉक्टर साहब भी आ चुके हैं. ठीक है, ऑल टाइप ऑफ इनोवेशन दे आर रिक्वायर्ड. कभी भी ये मत सोचिए जितना हमने कर लिया दैट इज सफिशिएंट. आज का टाइम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का है. ऑल टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स दे आर रिक्वायर्ड, क्योंकि इस तरह की इंडस्ट्री में इट इज वेरी सेंसिटिव. क्वालिटी अगर मैं 4 लोगों को लगा दूं फ्लावर्स के सिलेक्शन के लिए, चारों की ग्रेडिंग 4 तरह की हो जाएगी. बट देन इफ इट इज थ्रू अ रॉबोट, इफ इट इज थ्रू सेंसर्स, दे आर गोइंग टू ग्रेड at the same scale. So that type of grading is required. तो वो चीजों की जरूरत है. All type of automations it is required. Next please. फ्यूचर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स आल्सो अर्बन एंड पेरी अर्बन फार्मिंग. आज के टाइम में हम लोग सब चीजें रूरल की ओर सोचते हैं, बट नाउ दीज टाइप ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज आर कन्फाइनिंग टू मेट्रो सिटीज. सिटी के अंदर तो नहीं हो पाएगा, इसीलिए भी से दैट पेरी अर्बन ऑन द पेरिफेरी, जिससे कि इमीडिएटली इट कैन बी सेंट टू दैट प्लेस. अगर आप दिल्ली जाते हैं, आप देखिए गाजियाबाद से एंटर करते ही दोनों तरफ नर्सरियां नर्सरियां लगी हुई हैं. व्हाई? बिकॉज देयर इज ट्रिमेंडस डिमांड इनसाइड दिल्ली ओनली. And people may not come down to Pantnagar or elsewhere to get the planting material. They need at the right their doorstep. तो आप वहां से आप सप्लाई कर सकते हो. उस चीज के लिए हमारे को इसकी जरूरत है. ऑल टाइप ऑफ इंटीग्रेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड. एग्री स्टार्टअप जिसके लिए आज हम लोग यहाँ बैठे हुए भी हैं, वो चीजों की जरूरत बहुत ज्यादा है. ये कई तरह की गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम्स हैं. बस क्विकली मैं आपको दिखा दूं. NHB, MIDH आप सब लोगों को शायद पता भी होगा, और ये उस राइटअप में ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है. इफ समबडी वांट्स RKVY, यू ऑल नो दैट is a very good support through RKVY, जिसको हम लोगों ने रफ्तार का नाम दे दिया, to further speed it up. That provides all sort of funding to support the larger input. Next please. ठीक है, हॉर्टिकल्चर बोर्ड का बस क्विकली मूव कर देते हैं हम लोग. ये सारी स्कीम्स के बारे में थोड़ा दे रखा था कि यू कैन कम अक्रॉस द आइडिया कि किस तरीके से हम इसमें फंडिंग ले सकते हैं. ऑल सॉर्ट ऑफ हॉर्टिकल्चर क्रॉप दे आर कवर्ड. सारा प्लांटिंग मटेरियल की बात उसमें हो जाती है, आपकी क्लैडिंग मटेरियल की हो जाती है. तो वो चीज़ें आप इनके थ्रू कर सकते हैं. आपको सब्सिडी अलग अलग स्टेट्स के हिसाब से है, डिफरेंट लेवल्स है, डिफरेंट रेशोज है. नेक्स्ट प्लीज. ठीक है, किस तरह की चीज़ें हमें चाहिए वो सब मैंने उसमें दे दिया है. तो इट कुड बी गुड फॉर पीपल हु आर अराउंड से अराउंड यू कम अक्रॉस. प्लीज नेक्स्ट. उनको आप गाइड कर सकते हैं कि हाँ इस तरह से आप करें. MIDH की स्कीम्स के बारे में सब मैंने इनके आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा सा बता रखा है. रफ्तार का मैंने आपसे बात करी ली कि दैट इज ऑल्सो देयर. ठीक है ना, एलिजिबिलिटी भी वो चीज़ हो गई, नेक्स्ट चीज़ है, इट्स फाइन। ठीक है, माइक्रो इरिगेशन फंड्स, इसके थ्रू भी आप एप्लीकेशन वगैरह करनी है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज, कोई ऐसा इशू इसमें नहीं है ज़्यादा चीज़ें, बट जस्ट टू हैव अ व्यू दैट यस इट इज़ अवेलेबल। आपको आइडिया नहीं होता है कई बार, वो चीज़ आपके माइंड में लाने के लिए ये मैंने इसमें दे दिया था आपको। ठीक है, सो वी कैन हैव सम सॉर्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस इफ यू हैव गॉट कोई ऐसी क्वेरी जो आपको लगती हो, आई एम रेडी टू आंसर दैट, और मे बी वी कैन डिस्कस इवन एट द लेटर स्टेज। ठीक है, so thank you so much for patient hearing, and you can catch me up anytime, anywhere. I'll be available next time also. Thank you so much.